I take a 2 weeks off YouTube, 2 weeks in, and next thing you know, $1 million drug bust taking place in my backyard. It was like CSI Felicity up in this place. I just literally walk to the Felicity Marina. That is literally right in my backyard. And police rolled in and recover $100 million plus worth in marijuana. And before the video could finish circulating, the police officers lining up the bricks and marijuana like these professional carpenters. Boom, our next news headline. Millions of dollars of the same marijuana that was found down by the Felicity Marina magically went missing from inside the evidence room in the Chaguanas Police Station. And what they replaced the bricks of marijuana with? Real concrete blocks and pieces of wood. 2 weeks in a boy. Jeez. Let me unpack this mess. A little earlier, probably this week or week before, the police went on an operation at the Felicity Marina. That is at the end of Kakandi Main Road. They reportedly seized 937 kilograms of marijuana, which they claim to be high grade, with an estimated street value of $102 million. Give or take. You know how they just do the estimates. But that is not small numbers, right? That is not a man get catch with a little ounce something. That is trafficking weed. When the public heard that, there was ecstatic, especially the people who really do deal up in marijuana and things. So everybody was like, hey, yeah, get the drugs off the street. And what made the situation seem better is that they reported a man was actually arrested in connection with the marijuana. That is something that don't normally happen. Police just find by the tons of drugs and nobody gets arrested. So when you hear somebody get arrested, you feel like, hey, something going on. Now, we're not going to call the person's name, but an arrest was made and they say that investigations are ongoing into what actually took place with all these bricks of marijuana. And right after the bus, video started circulating online with the police officers laying out the bricks of marijuana neatly on the road, like they paving the road. And they were doing this for documentation and inventory, but I ain't going to lie. That stacking was impressive. Precision, symmetry. If TTPS ever open a masonry division, we safe. I mean, if Tanti Kamla want to build a wall between me and Venezuela or something, you know, we good. Yeah. But all jokes aside, right, that was one of the biggest drug busts in recent times, especially when it comes to marijuana. But it can't be Trinidad if it don't have a little plot twist. Here's where the twist comes in. Just a few days after that seizure, breaking news again. And they would think, hey, well, they catch some more people in relation to that drug bust, or, you know, they make a next drug bust again. No. The same station or the same set of officers who were credited with making that drug bust, they are now under question because apparently millions of dollars worth of the same drugs that was picked up down by Marina in Felicity magically went missing from the station, from inside the evidence room. Now, according to the reports, right, the drugs, when they made the seizure, had been properly stored, logged, and photographed. They were safely stored in the station's evidence room, the property room that they have. But when officers later returned to retrieve the packages, they realized that some of the packages were replaced with actual concrete blocks and pieces of wood. The station was immediately placed on lockdown, and all officers on duty at that time are now under questioning. Now, to be clear, there is no official statement on what happened as yet. There is just an investigation. No arrest has been made. No charges have been laid. There is just an ongoing investigation as to what happened during the time that all these drugs, the millions of dollars worth in drugs, went missing from the police station, from inside the evidence room, while police officers were on duty. So there's an investigation going on, but the optics of this whole situation just wild. Because think about it. Evidence inside the station are safe, and it's not safe from who? The police officers whose job it is to protect the evidence? Come on now, man. And the thing about it is, this is not surprising to the public, and that is why Trinidadians just take everything for a joke so much when stories like this come out, right? And they only make memes and laugh at everything. Because this is not the first time something like this happened. This is a pattern, and people expect it to happen, so when it happens, it's just like, hey, you see, I tell you, it's going to happen, and people laugh at it. Because last year in Barataria Police Station, a similar incident took place. An incident where seized drugs off the streets went missing and were replaced with imitation material. And in that particular case, a police officer was charged. He was actually charged with misbehavior in office, misconduct in in public office. So when people see this playing off, you can't blame them for asking if this is a Spider-Man movie, because you see this happen so many times already. It's just the same thing of a different type. What's going on? Now listen, I'm not saying that police will seize drugs off the streets and then magically redistribute them to the drug blocks. I'm not saying that. But when millions get seized and then millions just magically disappear, the public will ask questions, the public mind will wonder. And the public asking them questions for a long time and they just get fed up and waiting for an answer. That is why everything turned into a joke. Now the serious part in this thing is that the chain of custody in criminal investigations is a sacred thing. When evidence go missing inside a police station, it don't just affect one case. It affects court prosecutions, future drug cases, public confidence, and the credibility of law enforcement operations. Because who want to trust a police officer who thieving from inside the station? When evidence inside the police station not safe, everything else start to look shaky, and you can't blame the public for not trusting you that time. I gone for 2 weeks and Netflix dropped a whole documentary in my backyard, you know? A whole crime scene investigation went down there. Because think about it, this is the script for a movie. $1 million drug bust, arrests were made, evidence go missing, it get replaced with concrete blocks, real bricks, and the whole station go on lockdown. And now we're waiting for the Professional Standards Bureau to do the investigation in this matter. Somewhere in the background, we probably have the lead actor who getting up for his act to push the lead role. It's like a movie in Trinidad, I'm telling you. Because at the end of the day, the citizens saying the same thing for the longest while, right? If the police doing good work, protect that. If it have corruption inside the station, inside the police service, fix it. Regardless, the country deserves transparency. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. But keep it respectful because we're talking facts here, right? Not defamation. And if any updates drop regarding to the situation with the police officers and the investigation are taking place, I'll let you know here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you get notified when that video drops. Like the video if you like the video. It's Jeremy for Them Follows Reviews, and I will see everybody in the next one.